What's good, man? It's your boy Vacation Time with Ryan, out here on a nature walk / jog / I'm about to go play basketball in a minute. And I thought, I'd just bring y'all another video. Today's topic is gonna be specifically, if you're looking for a partner overseas, here's what I think you should do. All right, a lot of people love Dominican Republic, Colombia, and maybe we could say Thailand and Brazil, but those two specifically, DR Colombia is like heavily populated with foreigners, and a lot of brothers want to go over there, or sisters. A lot of people want to go, and eventually you're going to want to find a partner, right? So you might convince yourself that I didn't come here for dating purposes. I just came here to enjoy this country, and that's fine. These countries are very enjoyable, even if you took away the dating stuff. It is things being cheaper, another language being spoken is so it's refreshing when you take yourself out of what you're used to, out of your comfort zone, and put you somewhere else. It actually is pretty dope, which is why I love traveling. But I'm gonna tell y'all what I think the mistake most people make, all right? You're going to find your wife and your girl and all of that, and you're going to DR Colombia. If you're genuinely trying to find a partner with that's just you want the highest rate of possibility that this person is gonna be loyal. You're scared to bring them to the United States. I'm gonna tell y'all what y'all could do that I think you'll be fine, and most people are not gonna do it, right? And that's go to another country. Go to a country that is not being talked about, that is not freaking being sexualized on TikTok and Instagram every 5 seconds. Go to a country that you don't see every second when you're scrolling, all right? So I'll throw out a country for example. I don't want to put no country in a bad situation, but I'm not famous, so I'll throw out a country just to use it as an example, right? Nicaragua. I went to Nicaragua, and I just thought to myself, if I really was trying to be low-key and just enter into a different culture or vibe, I would move out here, and I guarantee I could just be under the radar, be chill, and just have a chill life, and inexpensive, and kind of merge in with the local people. Because when I went to Managua specifically, I didn't see not one foreigner, not one, out and about. When I was out and about, nothing but people from Nicaragua, born and raised in the towns. Now you might see some family coming to visit that's from Nicaragua. That's cool, but they're still Nicaraguan, and they still just in town to visit their people. Now if you go to Granada, you will see a bunch of foreigners, all right? But this is just an example. So if you guys are truly looking for a life partner, and you, for whatever reason, don't want to find it in the United States, and you're like, okay, I plan to live overseas or whatever, so of course I'm gonna have to find a partner overseas. Brother, learn as much as you can of the language of the place you're going. Let's say it was Nicaragua. Learn as much Spanish as you can, right? If you want, I could do another separate video on what I would do to learn Spanish if I had to start from day one again. Maybe I'll do that video after. But learn as much Spanish as you can before you go. Visit a few times. Go to a city that everyone's not really talking about. And you could still find information on these cities. If you type it in on YouTube, you can find information. But what you'll notice is, even these YouTubers that go, you could even watch my videos when I went to Nicaragua, but even these YouTubers and these people that go, it's not blowing up the spot. Because what blows up the spot for these countries like DR Colombia unfortunately, it is the women, right? So people always showing beautiful women and making it look easy, walking around with 2-3 girls and all kind of wildness. And that's attracting a lot of tourists. That's attracting a lot of people that say, "Ooh, I'm gonna go here." Then you have the type of man that's like, "I'm not one of these." They call them, not me, I don't like this term, but they say pookies or ray-rays or whatever. They say, "Okay, I'm not one of these guys. I'm not going there to pay for nothing. I just want to find a genuine girlfriend and I'm not paying for it." The problem is these guys are going in areas that is literally popular for something else. It's not popular for that. Not saying you can't find it, because you can, but you go into, for example, Medellin, Colombia, to find a wife and you don't speak Spanish on top of that, even if you do, but on top of that you don't speak Spanish, like, what do you think your odds are of finding like a solid, like just a solid ride or die loyal queen, if you will? What do you think the odds are on that? But a lot of y'all do it, man. A lot of y'all do it. "Oh yeah, I got my girl. She's not one of them. She's good. She's not a pro, ray, etc." Cool. I ain't mad at it, but I'm just saying, if you really cared that you just want a solid person by your side, and I'm not saying they're not in these countries, of course they are, but some of y'all are not attracting them because you don't even speak the language, you don't speak Spanish, and you're going in these high populated tourist areas. So there's already a perception of us now when we go to other countries that we're kind of just looking to hook up. That's like the word on the street. So you already got to beat that narrative. I don't know, man. I'm just saying, if you want a higher success rate, I believe if you go to another country that's low key and you do your thing there, you set up there. But some of you guys do like that there's other foreigners around that you could, become friends with, and kind of like people that you feel like you have things in common with, and that's fine. Some of you guys might go to Sosua to say, yeah, the brotherhood there is immaculate, and some of y'all are like, I'm not looking for a wife, so it don't matter. Some of y'all say, okay, I can go to Sosua and I could always link with the bros and everything. If that's the life you want, that's what you want. But specifically, I'm talking to the guys that a lot of them are just driven by, oh, I just want to have a good partner, and they're tired of whatever their dating history was. I would suggest, just a suggestion, trying a new country and just trying somewhere that's not so popular on Instagram and TikTok, right? Because some of these countries, man, in a few years, it's gonna just keep getting more expensive, just like everywhere else in the world. So don't, relax. But some of these other countries are gonna be more and more expensive than the ones that everyone is not talking about and visiting. Oh, real quick, I'm gonna interrupt your video real quick. I wanna tell y'all about something. It's a new social network. It's called Passport Traveler. All right, there's a website. I'm gonna link it. There's an app. I'm gonna link it. You can go to passporttraveler.com. Now, the social network was built for like-minded people, travelers that's traveling international, DR, Colombia, Brazil, Costa Rica, Panama, whatever, the list goes on, wherever you go in Thailand. You want to get in a community, you want to post your videos, your pictures, and you want to connect with like-minded people. There's also ways you can earn money within the community. You don't need to be a content creator. You could just be someone that's just looking to build with like-minded people, with travelers. Maybe you just want to share travel stories, pictures, videos. Get in the community, all right? This video right here, sponsored by Passport Traveler. All right, so jump in there, link in the bio, and let's build, man. Let's build. Back to the video. Some pros and perks I see of visiting these other countries that are kind of chill. The airport lines are not super long. I remember I went to Nicaragua. Oh my gosh, I was so happy I could cry. Like, I got through that airport situation in like 10 minutes. So the airport lines, the lines are not long in the airports. Again, it's not, you're not gonna have this kind of like, this perception. I believe you're more likely that people are not going to like automatically look at you as an ATM. Now, you will still be looked at like a foreigner because you are a foreigner. But the more you immerse yourself in the culture, the more you learn the language, the more you see how things go, the more you could just blend in. And it's a place where they don't have a lot of tourists. And you know, you keep yourself safe, safety first always over everything. And then you just meet somebody that really wasn't looking for a foreigner because foreigners don't really go there. So you know that this person wasn't out seeking a foreigner. Maybe don't use Tinder. Maybe out and about, if you're living there, out and about, you meet someone in a spot that's not so populated. Let me know what y'all think. I do think even for travel, going to countries that are less populated, I think is a cool thing as well. You know, I've done other countries, and I've loved every trip I've been on. You know, I loved my trip to Nicaragua. I do want to go back, but there's so many other countries I gotta see. You know, there's a few other countries I'm plotting on going to that a lot of brothers are not talking about, because I enjoy seeing the world. Not only seeing the world, but I also enjoy going places where I'm not going to be judged for being something that I'm actually not. You understand? Because no matter how hard you try to be different, because I see a lot of people try to go to certain countries and areas and try to be different. We'll use Medellin, for example. A lot of people go to Medellin and they go and they join in with the locals and like kind of make fun of the guys that go out there. It's like, bro, you're not any different. You still speak English. You have an accent of a foreigner, and you're there. So you're still gonna get the same eyes and looks that the next man is gonna get, regardless of why you're there for genuinely. You're still gonna get those looks. So I'm not saying throw your favorite country in the trash. No, I'm just saying once you try somewhere else, you would be amazed at the experience you could have, especially if you've been working on your Spanish and you want to work on it in a different country. You would be amazed at how they receive you, because some of the very things you love about Colombia and DR, when you go somewhere where they're not used to seeing foreigners, you're gonna get some of those same feelings, reactions, and vibes times 10, because they're not used to seeing you. That's the whole point of people leaving the US, is to get that different like vibe. Why not try these other countries? Some people are so stuck on some of these countries. It's like they don't care what they hear, kidnappings, people getting drugged, all kind of stuff. They don't care, man. Oh, it's not that dangerous. People are exaggerating. It's like, even if it's not, try a new country, brother. Jesus, like, and then you're gonna complain that you're being seen as an ATM, and you just keep going back to the same spot where allegedly you're getting seen to be an ATM. Now, obviously, you can't run from yourself. Obviously, if you have some things you need to work on, then work on them, obviously. But I'm just saying, consider other countries. You would be surprised that some of these other countries give you that same kind of nice vibe that your favorite country gives you, but you will never know because you keep going to the same country. And I guess, you know, just being a walking ATM, not working on your Spanish, if that's how you like it, then that's how you like it. Enjoy. You know, I ain't coming here to hate. I still love Dominican Republic as my favorite like place to travel, but I'm also not scared or, I ain't tripping to go somewhere else. And I am open to the idea that I could find somewhere else that may suit me better, or even y'all. You know what I'm saying? Because how you gonna know something if you don't try? You know what I'm saying? If you don't try other spots. So, but I get it. These places like DR and stuff, very highly addictive. Just the vibes. Like I always say, like, just the vibes. Just the vibes out there. It's hard to explain. Like if you've been there, you understand. Like it's just the vibes is damn near unmatched. But that was a little conversation I just wanted to spark today, man. It's your boy Vacation Time with Ryan. Do you think going to another country is a good idea, whether it's to visit or live? But one thing you should do regardless, even if you're gonna keep going to the same country, I think you should work on learning the language of the country that you're living in or visiting frequently. I do think that, and I think you guys heard that a million times, but I just want to remind you, like I said, I probably could do a separate video, but start from the beginning, start with your basic phrases, learn the alphabet in that language so you know how to pronunciate correctly, practice speaking with people, use these apps, immerse yourself in the culture of the place that you love, and that's about that. All right. If you would like to enter into a WhatsApp groups where you can meet women and men and learn their language and maybe help them with English, y'all could become friends. Whatever happens from there, it is what it is. But at least with the intention of like, let me get a friend that speaks Spanish and a little English so they can help me kind of slow walk me into my Spanish journey. I think you should do that. And if you want to get in one of these groups, hit me up. Vacation Time with Ryan on all platforms: TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. Shoot me a private message, DM. And just, if you want to get in one of those groups, ask me how. I'll explain to you how you can get in. Yeah. Other than that, this video is sponsored by Passport Traveler. Link will be in the bio. You could join a community of travelers on that website and the app. All right, we out.